Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, Poilievre's push. The federal Conservative leader returns to Alberta for a by-election forum. Plane crash. A pilot survives after a small plane went down southwest of Edmonton. And Pelican paradise, why they travel thousands of kilometers to spend their summers in Alberta.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Tonight is the highly anticipated candidate forum in the Battle River Crowfoot riding by-election. Federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is trying to win his way back into the House of Commons. CTV's Connor Hogg is in Camrose tonight, where the forum will take place in less than 2 hours. So, Connor, what do locals think about all this attention focused on their rural Alberta riding?
Well, Matt, people who I spoke to say that no matter who they support, Pierre Poilievre's participation in this by-election is drawing national attention to the issues facing the people of Battle River Crowfoot. Now, tonight's forum is expected to be a very large undertaking. It's expected to be quite busy here tonight.
We've definitely had to ramp up security a little bit. However, we more so had to manage how many seats were, because the venue is only so big.
The venue may not be big enough, but the riding of Battle River Crowfoot is quite large. The stakes in this by-election are big as well. Damien Kurek won the seat in the federal election, but resigned so Poilievre could run. It's believed that how Poilievre does in this election will at least partially determine whether the federal Conservative leader will be able to survive his leadership review in January. Locals say all the attention is good for the riding.
I think it's wonderful for Camrose. It's got exposure to a national audience. It's a wonderful way of showcasing our town.
Now, there are more than 200 candidates running in this by-election. That's part of the longest ballot protest initiative. So for logistical reasons, only 10 of those candidates are participating in the forum here tonight. CTV News has confirmed that Pierre Poilievre is one of those 10 candidates, but some of the other candidates are still here on the grounds, hoping to be able to speak to potential voters. The forum opens at 7 p.m. Matt?
All right, CTV's Connor Hogg live in Camrose tonight. Thank you. A pilot is recovering tonight after crashing a small plane southwest of Edmonton in Parkland County. It appears he was alone when it happened, and his injuries were minor. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us now. He's near the scene of the crash outside of Stony Plain. Evan, you had a bit of a walk to reach the crash site this afternoon.
Yeah, Matt, about a kilometer behind me is where the plane ended up around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Now, we were asked to leave the property by emergency services, who say that this property belongs to the pilot. Now, we arrived just after the crash. The plane flipped upside down. It ended up on a metal gate in an empty field. Before we left, we could see the pilot outside of the plane speaking with police and paramedics. It looked like he had some blood between his upper lip and nose. Firefighters told us the RCMP helicopter was the first to arrive, Stars Air Ambulance, at least 4 regular ambulances, and more than a dozen police officers also showed up. A Hercules military airplane was also circulating around. Now, at this point, we don't have many other details about the crash, including how the plane ended up upside down. Now, the pilot also declined our request for an interview. Matt?
All right, CTV's Evan Kenny, just south of Stony Plain tonight. Thank you. Edmonton police hosted a town hall last night with the South Asian business community following 6 new incidents of extortions and arsons. Police believe there could be more that are not being reported. CTV's Nav Sangha spoke with one of the victims.
Over 100 people crowded into a Southeast Edmonton town hall Monday night to hear from police about another round of extortion attempts and threats plaguing the South Asian business community.
If I'm not feel safe, then how can I live in the city? People feel unsafe.
There should be no tolerance for this kind of behavior, and that it makes the community weaker. It makes the country as a whole less safe.
In the crowd, some of the business owners targeted recently. This man, who wants to remain anonymous for his safety, says he's received phone calls and letters demanding hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And even they threatened me for kidnapping my kids while they're going to school.
Police say since May, there have been 6 new incidents of extortion and arsons.
There may be unreported events. So part of today was us getting in front of the community, asking for that information to ensure that if there's things we don't know, that we get that information. I think
this new investigation is separate from Project Gaslight, the investigation into violence and arson largely targeting South Asian home builders. 7 people were charged, but police say a total of 20 suspects were investigated. Police won't say if the same people are involved in this new series. However, similar tactics are being used.
So we saw a very similar kind of activity in the use of mobile apps, the extortions coming through those apps.
Police are also investigating connections to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang.
Is that we knew that there was communications occurring between the Bishnoi group and some of the individuals involved in Project Gaslight.
Edmonton police hope the town hall will build trust and encourage more people to come forward.
Groups, when people become witnesses or victims, they can, feel threatened, and we don't want them to feel that. We want to create that sense of calm and reduce that angst for them.
I'm trying to collect more evidence on my behalf to provide them so that they can help me out and even help out other people. So
Nav Sanga, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton police are looking for help identifying suspects in a shooting that happened in March. Police shared this home security video from the Prince Charles neighborhood. 4 people get out of a car and walk towards a house while one person appears to stay behind. Gunshots are later heard as 4 people run back to the car. Police say shots were fired inside and outside of the home. Police say the shooters showed a reckless disregard for people's safety. RCMP in Sherwood Park seized more than 200 grams of meth during a routine traffic stop last week. Police say they also found a loaded and restricted handgun. The man from Edmonton driving the car was prohibited from owning firearms. The 49-year-old is now facing a number of charges. A retired RCMP officer is facing charges of aggravated assault following a shooting that happened in 2019. Alberta's police watchdog says Jordy Erickson was charged yesterday. The shooting happened in Eckville more than 6 years ago. At the time, Mountie said officers found a man in Eckville sleeping in his truck with a canister of bear spray and a sledgehammer. Mountie said there was a confrontation between the suspect and police, and an officer shot the man. The Alberta Serious Incident Response Team says Erickson will appear in court at the end of August. Alberta Fish and Wildlife says someone was seen cutting the paws off a dead bear near Lavoie. The agency says on Sunday, officers confirmed a bear had been hit and killed by a vehicle on Highway 16 east of Vegreville. It says highway maintenance workers arrived to remove the bear and saw someone trying to remove its paws. Anyone with information is asked to call Fish and Wildlife or the 24-hour Report a Poacher line. The province says it's ramping up efforts to prevent invasive mussels from becoming a problem in Alberta. It's now considering a watercraft fee to pay for the added costs. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
After a busy weekend out on the water, this river tour guide and equipment renter spends hours washing his boats.
I just do it to be a responsible business owner. That's just what a lot of operators should be doing, and I've seen a lot of operators not do that.
Something the province is trying to change to prevent the spread of invasive species, including zebra and quagga mussels.
It could be their eggs or larvae that are microscopic, so you're not even going to be able to see them with the naked eye. And they can be free floating in water. That's why draining and drying is so important.
The province says while Alberta is currently 100% free of these mussels, there are increasing reports of them across North America. Experts say they are destructive if established.
So they absolutely wreak havoc on any aquatic infrastructure, docks or, boats that are in water, drinking water, hydroelectric. And of course, in Alberta, we have 8,000 kilometers of irrigation infrastructure that is very susceptible to being clogged up.
To fund awareness campaigns, inspections, and other initiatives to keep the invaders out, the government is considering introducing an annual pass for boats, canoes, and other watercraft. It's launched an online survey to gather feedback. One of the questions is how the pass fees should be structured.
It's a very short window in which we operate, so from May to maybe October, depending on the weather. There's not a lot of wiggle room and margins are really tight given that time frame. So adding a tax on every single boat, it'd be tough.
Still, Zach Doroshenko agrees more needs to be done since he's noticed awareness is low. The province tells CTV News no decisions have been made on the pass, and it says it will listen carefully to feedback before moving forward. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
They better not put a fee on my pool floaties, Josh. We finally had a daytime high above average out there today. Would have been a great day to spend at the pool.
First time since last Thursday, which isn't all that long ago, but we really, since the middle of the month, haven't had that many. You have had 3, 18th, 24th, Thursday of last week, and then 27 degrees for a daytime high today. You know what else we haven't had any of? Are 3-day stretches of 25 or hotter. You had a pair of days above 25 there, another one there, another one here on the 11th, 12th. This will be our first 3-day string of days with daytime highs 25 or hotter. Should be in the 28 to 31 range for the next couple of days. We're at 26 degrees downtown Edmonton right now after hitting 26.5 for a daytime high today. 25s outside the city with the exception of Stony Plain at 24 degrees. Light wind, sunny with a few clouds out there, and looks like light wind and more sun than cloud will be the order for the next few days. It was another cool morning, though, at 9 degrees early this morning in the city. 27, though, puts us 3 degrees above average. You have some thunderstorms there off to the southwest of Calgary. Had a few thunderstorms around the Hinton area. You can see we've lost the lightning. These are going to weaken, and we're not expecting them to be able to come off of the foothills very far. Do have a severe thunderstorm watch, though, for the ones further to the southwest, and even a warning there for a storm that's producing some sizable hail. The other warning, a heat warning for northwestern Alberta and the Slave Lake region, and I think that pink zone is going to get extended off to the south and probably include Edmonton over the next couple of days as daytime highs, as we said, should be near 30 for the next few days, and your morning lows, and that's the key with these heat warnings, your morning lows are going to be in the mid-teens, somewhere in the 15-degree range tomorrow morning, and then 17 or 18 for morning lows later on this week. As far as your daytime high tomorrow, 28. And then our best shot at 30 comes Thursday, Friday. We'll take a closer look at that with the 5- and 10-day forecast, let you know if the heat sticks around into the weekend in just a few minutes.
Keep it coming. Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, from fields to forks, why farmers are excited about this year's harvest of Tabor corn.
Everyone's always asking us. We get a lot of comments. Hey, when's corn coming out? When's corn coming out?
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Kids from across the province and around the world are gathering in Edmonton this week for the 4th annual Youth TP Summit. Among the groups attending is an Indigenous volleyball team from New Zealand. They are here to participate in activities based around cultural teachings and share some of their own traditions. Students have been making new connections and embracing new cultures.
It's been really, really cool getting to see like the powwow dances, smudging, and all these Indigenous experiences from the land, and comparing and contrasting them to what we have back home in New Zealand, where it's quite similar traditions that we have back home, and quite similar thought processes that went behind them.
The TP Summit runs until Thursday at the Northeast River Valley Event Center. The first ears of Tabor corn are popping up at farm stands. Farmers are excited about this year's crop. CTV's Quinn Keenan explains why.
Johnson Fresh Farms has started sending corn to local farm stands. Soon the corn will be available across the prairies.
Everyone's always asking us. We get a lot of comments. Hey, when's corn coming out? When's corn coming out? And maybe we should do a little better job of, I guess, keeping everyone, up to date of the start date. But we've just found that it's farming. It's always unpredictable.
Molnar Farms will have its corn hitting stands soon. Barnwell will be getting its first corn of the season from Molnar Farms on Tuesday.
Oh, we're very excited. It's looking really nice. And we can't wait to get out and see all of our customers again and see the smiles on their faces when they're picking up their corn to go home and cook it for their family.
The corn could have been at stands even sooner. A hot and dry start to the growing season had the corn growing quickly, but wetter than expected conditions in July slowed things down.
Our July has been historically colder and wetter, which has been fine for the rest of the farm. It definitely slowed down our start date, or pushed our start back on our corn, which is a little unexpected.
Despite the slower than hoped harvest, producers are still happy with how the corn is looking so far. Producers know their customers wait all year to get their hands on Tabor corn.
It's looking really good. Really, really good. We're very happy with the crop we have this year. And yeah, hopefully the yield's good. We're going to see when we start picking tomorrow morning.
Barring any heat waves or unexpected rain, the Tabor corn season will stretch into mid-September. Quinn Keenan, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Still to come tonight on CTV News, spray away. Firefighters helping kids in Sherwood Park stay cool this summer.
What's your favorite part?
Get a spray. Yeah.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Kids in Sherwood Park got some help cooling off this afternoon. Broadmoor Lake Park was transformed into a fire truck spray park. Kids got to run through the stream of a fire hose and try their hand at spraying the hose themselves. Firefighters were also handing out freezies. The county says beyond all the fun, it's an opportunity for first responders to interact with people in a non-emergency situation.
Gives people a chance to check out our vehicles, ask questions, and just a little more of that one-on-one time.
You got a fire truck here. How cool is that?
Awesome.
What's your favorite part?
Get a spray. Yeah.
The county is hoping to set up another fire truck spray event before the end of summer. It's a good thing you and I weren't out there, Josh. I would have just told them, let them have it, and just opened that thing up, and I would have just hosed you down. You would have felt the pressure just getting blown back. Yeah.
Yes, flying. This is an oddly shaped bruise on your torso. Take a look outside right now through the River Valley Sky Cam. It's brought to you by Action Furnace. Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. It's 26 degrees in downtown Edmonton right now after hitting a high of 27, 27s and 28s in through the Jasper, Grand Prairie, Peace River, high-level regions. 26 is Fort McMurray and Cold Lake. As you move further to the south, well, temperatures are in the low to mid-20s. And so that's part of the reason why you have the heat warning first issued for northwestern Alberta. It will likely, as we said, extend off to the southeast. It probably includes the Edmonton area before the next couple of days are over. Severe thunderstorm watches for the areas in yellow just means the potential for some severe thunderstorms. You do have a warning there for a couple of storms. There's a cluster of them just off to the west of Nanton. It doesn't look like they're going to track all that far to the east-southeast. Had a couple lightning strikes here off to the southwest of the Rocky Mountain House region. Those kind of popping up and then fizzling out. Looks like that one right there. You might have a weak little hail core off of that. And then in the Hinton area, well, it's cleared out now, but you had some thunderstorms rumble through that Hinton-Edson area earlier. Ignore this little splotch of green. That's just some bad data coming in on the radar. Same with these here. Those are not showers. We're not anticipating any of that shower activity to come even close to the Edmonton area as the night goes on. So a few clouds out there right now. Those will clear out. Sunny with a few clouds again tomorrow. There is a slight chance tomorrow in the northeast, up around the Cold Lake region. You might see an isolated shower or thunderstorm later in the afternoon. Most of the activity, once again, though, will be in through the foothills, and we'll see that pattern repeat itself on Thursday. Sunny for most areas, but from around Grand Cache all the way to the southeast, could see some isolated thunderstorms. You've got lots of sunshine and some heat because of this upper ridge, this bubble of warm air in the mid and upper levels. That'll sneak its way across the prairies over the course of the next couple of days. Still holding strong Friday. Even Saturday looks like, yeah, it's still hanging in there. It's not until Sunday, Monday that it really starts to collapse. And so we've pushed back the chance of showers and thunderstorms to late Saturday and early Sunday. 10 in Fort McMurray and Grand Prairie tomorrow morning. Should be around 12 in Red Deer, in the 14 or 15 range here in the city. Yeah, highs in the upper 20s, close to 30 across the northeast. There's that chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm around Cold Lake. Low 30s with sunshine across the northwest. And again, it will be slightly cooler. Still hot, but not quite as hot as the northwest. In through southern areas of the province, Lloydminster, Red Deer, Coronation, you're in the mid to upper 20s for daytime highs. Jasper, sunny at 30 tomorrow. 15 degrees tomorrow morning as temperatures through this evening hold steady in the 20s right through to just before midnight. We'll get up to about 25 by lunchtime tomorrow and 28 or 29 for a high tomorrow afternoon. Should be in that 30, 31 degree range. Thursday, Friday with some more sunshine. 26 or 27 Saturday with some increasing cloud. And then Saturday, late afternoon, early evening, chance of some showers or thunderstorms. Chance of showers Sunday, especially through the first half of the day. And then low to mid 20s for the rest of next week.
All right, Josh, thank you. If you keep your eye on the sky tomorrow afternoon, you could catch a glimpse of the Snowbirds. The Canadian Forces team will fly for 15 to 20 minutes above Louise McKinney Park tomorrow at 5:30. The planes will be visible from many areas of the city, especially the River Valley and downtown. Captain Phil Rochon says since there's no air show in Edmonton this year, the team wanted to take this opportunity to show the city some appreciation.
And if we can maybe inspire a resident of Edmonton or a visitor to Edmonton to seek their dreams, whether it be in aviation or the military, that's our job accomplished.
The Snowbirds say the location for the announcer is still being determined. It recommends following the Snowbirds on social media for updates. When we return, popping with pelicans, why their numbers are growing in the Edmonton area.
We have more breeding colonies than we've had in a long, long time.
While they've been around for decades, you may have noticed more pelicans in the Edmonton area lately. Nature Alberta says despite it being such a sensitive species, their numbers have been increasing over the last few years. Tonight, we explore why a bird that primarily lives along the American coast flies all the way up to northern Alberta.
We have a lot of fun out here, me and my daughter.
David Laffra likes to get out on the water with his fishing rod anytime he can.
They've been jumping all in front of us.
For the past couple of years, something else has been jumping out to him.
And even my daughter was out here one day. She's like, Dad, is that a swan? I said, nope, that's a pelican. You know, it was very cool.
At first, he was a little surprised to see pelicans.
But not anymore. I've seen them so often around this area.
They're here for the same reason Laffra is. The fish.
Nothing else around here feeds like a pelican does, scooping up all that water in their pouch. They're one of the biggest birds that are native to Alberta.
Nick Carter with Nature Alberta says the American white pelican is the only pelican species that lives here.
We have more breeding colonies than we've had in a long, long time.
Despite their growing numbers, Carter says they're a sensitive species.
These colonies are really susceptible to diseases and other kind of environmental impacts, habitat loss, that kind of thing.
Right now, conditions are prime for pelicans. They fly up from the California coast in May to breed and fish.
There's a lot more space and a lot more food for them up here.
And return south once the temperature drops.
They've got to get to someplace where the lakes aren't going to freeze over.
That's led to some competition for Laffra and his daughter.
And I had a fish on my line, and a pelican came and swooped in, and my fish released, and I swear the pelican got my fish.
Proving the pelican's pouch may be mightier than the rod. Yes. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.